they call electronic harassment. KMI.
Hundreds of people in the Valley say...
I'm using a Fair Use Act for this, so I'm gonna get flagged or removed. This is for criticism, educational purposes, and things like that for me to give my business opinion on.
They are hearing voices in their heads. And those voices are being transmitted by microwave or other methods.
Well, several viewers asked us to investigate what they call electronic harassment. KMIR 6's Angela Monroe joins us now with what she's discovered. Angela.
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-skull technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms, but after searching the internet, I found dozens of websites dedicated to the phenomenon and several Valley residents who say they're victims.
How much more can you invade me than to go into my brain? It sounds like somebody else is reading the book, only it's thoughts.
We're not having a group hallucination. This is actually something that's happening.
These men all live in the area, didn't know each other before the voices started, and say someone is playing mind games with them.
Mostly it's a lot of derogatory comments about whatever you're thinking about.
Only time I ever had a whole sentence, he said, "This is not about you," which just frosted me. If it's not about me, what the hell am I going through all this for?
Kevin Bond says he used to have a normal life.
I was living in the San Diego area. I was clerking for a federal...
I just want to stop and give a little commentary real quick. See, you see how that guy just said that the voices told him that this is not about you? I'm not sure if y'all ever seen the movie Control Factor, but in the movie Control Factor, starring Adam Bowen. Yeah, Adam Bowen, and matter of fact, it was also the girl, Jessie, who played in Saved by the Bell. She was Mario Lopez's girlfriend, right? So in this movie, it's solely about targeted individuals out there. It's solely about it. Whoever haven't watched that movie, I highly advise it. They took the movie off of every platform. So the only place you can find the movie Control Factor is on Vimeo. But anyway, though, you see how this guy said that the voices said, "This is not about you." In the movie Control Factor, they basically said the same thing to Adam Baldwin when they was harassing him, right? And when one of the perps called him, they had a phone conversation, and he was like, "Well, why are you doing this?" And her response was, "Well, if we don't do it, then if we don't event it, then somebody else will." And it just struck me that basically that what he just said aligns with what she said to Adam Baldwin in the movie. It's just weird, bro.
Judge, and I noticed that I was being followed by a whole bunch of people.
According to the websites, what Bond is describing is called gang stalking. He moved to Palm Springs to escape.
I started hearing, as you'll hear, the hearing voices and what they'll call voice to skull or microwave hearing.
Bob Stansfield says his experience was similar and started a decade ago.
One more thing, just had to throw this in here. Shit is a joke for the people who say that this is crazy talk, especially if they claim to be a targeted individual. You have to really evaluate that person. You have to evaluate that person and stop getting caught up in their bullshit, bro. You just have to, bro. I mean, it's been on the news plenty of times, and it's very real. So if you're claiming to be a targeted individual, and when people speak about them getting this done to them, the voice to skull, for you to say that's crazy talk and you brush them off and you're a targeted individual yourself, I call you a perk. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Either you're a perk or you're arrogant and stupid.
They were active and following me around here, and I started hearing the voices a little bit after the vehicular stalking.
Randall Ringer says the voices started when he was undergoing chemotherapy.
The first thing that was said was Randall Ringer. And I sat up straight and I went into the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror. Looked myself in the eyes, and I said, did that really happen?
Bond says he's found more than 300 victims locally and is tracking others across the state through billboards. In Johnson Valley, a Freedom House just opened to help people who believe they are being targeted.
To many of you who find yourselves the object of covert harassment, that there is hope and that you are not alone, and that we are striving to find legislation and we're working towards freedom for all.
Derek Ross.
Look, you see how that guy just said that we're fighting to find legislation. Trust me, all of these bigwig politicians, they are in on it. They know about it. But like they said in the movie, they have to develop this technology and master it before someone else does. It's an arms race. So I say that to say this. These people are not trying to prevent this from happening right now. They're not. They're not writing no law. They know that it exists. A lot of them are in on it. But they're not going to write any laws until they perfect this technology. I promise you.
Robinson leads a national group called Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. He says he knows who's playing mind games.
Rogue government officials that are sponsoring this, also corrupt business officials, and private citizens.
And he also told us how.
Most of it is delivered by microwave, and I believe it's satellite delivered. Whether someone is on a remote location using a laptop or next door using the desktop.
Bond says neurotransmitter chips that run off body electricity have been inserted into some people.
And they assign cell phone numbers to them. The cell phone numbers are then run through a computer, and a computer translates your thoughts. This crime has been available to the military for 60 years.
These men have their own theories why they're being harassed.
I think that I was targeted because I'm gay.
I reported someone for selling what I thought they were selling drugs, and they were.
Nationwide, this crime is committed about 60% against white women ages from 30 to 38. But in Palm Springs, it's almost 98% gay men. When I worked for the government, I heard a lot of people coming in saying, I'm hearing voices through my tooth. Now I look back and I think, are they like I am now and I just didn't pay attention?
For them, the voices are a waking nightmare. And Kevin Bond told me they're working on a book project about electronic harassment and pitching the idea to DreamWorks. Back to you.
Match. Okay, here we go. 10,000 points without...